This car is the gift that keeps on giving.
Recently I washed this and then I drove 25 miles up the road and it's dirty. Look at that. And a bird died there. However, that is not the main problem. So basically I got to where I was going, I parked up and I come back out to the car and the car had done a car wheel down there. This is the 300ZX twin turbo. It's a 2+2 model, which means it's got back seats. And on the 2+2 model with the back seats, the fuel tank is underneath the boot, so it's there. So you could guess the car wheel, yeah, it was fuel. On closer inspection, it was dripping down the front of the fuel tank onto the road surface down there. So what you have is obviously the fuel tank. It could be leaking from there. Up here you've got the fuel filler which goes down into the fuel tank, so that could be leaking. And also on top of the fuel tank, underneath the boot lid where you can't see them because it's an in-tank fuel tank, you've got two fuel lines which basically run across the top of the fuel tank and then under the car down to the front. So it could be leaking from the fuel tank, from the fuel lines, or from the filler. So the obvious plan of action is drive home, get home, don't run out of fuel and don't blow up. So successfully got the car home, parked it up, left it for a bit, came out and the fuel leak had stopped. So what that means is either I'd ran out of fuel completely or the leak was from the fuel lines, and obviously when you stop running the car the fuel lines depressurize and eventually once what's in there has leaked out of them, it doesn't leak anymore until you start the car. So start the car up, ran the car for a bit and no more leaking. Confused.com. So basically what this means is it's not leaking from a fuel line, so it's either going to be the fuel tank or the fuel filler. So we've been in the back of the car, got the fuel pump access here, covered it up with a bit of cardboard. So fuel pump out of the fuel pump position, and you can now get access to look inside the tank. That is the main tank there, and it's all over there as well, we can't see. That is empty. That there is the reserve tank. That is also empty apart from that little drizzle of fuel there. So only one way to find out. Yep, pour money down the drain. I've got myself 3.3 litres of fuel, or £5. Yep, we're gonna pour this in there and watch it pour on the road and see where it's pouring from. So yeah, we put a fiver of fuel in, and if we look under here, nothing's dripping yet. So we're now under the car, and if you look by that strap there, on the far side of that strap, every now and then there's a very little drip. Obviously there was more of a drip when it leaked originally, but then there was more fuel, so there was more weight to push it through. So I'm guessing just behind that strap there, there's a hole in the tank. It seems to stop dripping now as well. If we wait long enough, a drip will happen. It would be nice to catch a drip on camera. There you go. There's one. Don't know if it showed up. So it's very hard to see this, but if you look, well, there's a groove in the bottom of the tank there. That's where the strap sort of sits in a recess. And if you look right there's a very little small black area which looks like a sort of a pinhole, and I think that is where it's leaking. So conclusion, gonna need a new fuel tank, £200 second hand from Birmingham. So in the near future I'm gonna have a video on how to take a fuel tank off and put a new one in, but for now, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.